Hi, today we're going to be talking about discussion boards in general, and then as an example, I will use the discussion board for Module 3 as a sample, and I will go over that one. So in general, you have 2 or 3 discussion boards per semester, and you will click on the discussion board, and when you click on this discussion board, you will see that it says is going to be asking a question about Macbeth. So I'm going to actually go to the weekly assignments first and show you that in week 3 assignments, you have to read Macbeth 1, Act 1, so the entire act. So if you haven't read that, you will not be able to do the discussion. So I'm going to go back to the modules and go to Module 3, and you will see that you have a face versus free will discussion board. So according to the dictionary, fate is defined as something that unavoidably befalls on a person. So that means it, no matter what they do, it's predestined, it's predetermined, it's ultimately unavoidable. Free will, on the other hand, is defined as a free and independent choice, a voluntary decision. So once you understand the difference between free will and free choice, based on Macbeth's reading for this week, and his words and actions, which philosophy do you think Macbeth believes in? Do you think he believes in free will, or do you believe he believes in free choice? And then what about Lady Macbeth? Does she believe in free will, and why? Or does she believe in fate? So you need to decide which philosophy, fate or free choice, that they believe in. And also, what about society today? Do we generally believe that we have free will over our lives, or does fate play some part in our life story? So you write your discussion. Now let's just talk about discussion boards in general. You'll be making sure that you meet all the requirements. So to make sure you understand what the requirements are, you should be reading the rubric for a discussion board, because that's how you'll be graded. So it's in your module folder. So the first part of it, you can see, is worth 8 points. Right here it shows 8 points. Did you address the entire prompt? So now if you only talk about Macbeth and not society and not Lady Macbeth, of whether fate or free will, is what philosophy they believe in, and what about society today, then you did not address the entire prompt. And so you'll get one of these other scores. But so you try to address the entire prompt. Did you meet the length for your original post? Now let's talk about that. It will take you more than 5 sentences, but it needs to be a complete paragraph and a minimum of 5 sentences that really contribute to the specifics. If you are writing some general stuff or restate the question, that's not going to give you points. It has to be the meat of the answer needs to be a minimum of 5 sentences, and that's worth 4 points. And then also your grammar. If there's a bunch of distracting mechanical or grammatical errors, you will get 0 points for that. So make sure you're watching what you're writing, and that's worth 2 points. Then you'll notice that there's 3 more criteria here. The first criteria is your response. Did you build upon your peers' post? Now, if you can definitely write, hey, good job, I love your writing, or I love the way you write, or you really answered the question great. That does not build upon the post, however. You can put all those in there, but you cannot use them towards your minimum requirement. I'm only asking for a minimum of 3 sentences. Now, you can definitely write more, but I'm asking for a minimum of sentences. And again, sentences that do not contribute to the specifics do not count. If it's not specifically written, you won't get the 3 points for that. And then the grammar and mechanics. So that's how it will be graded. And so in general, that's the rubric for any discussion board in any of my classes. But specifically, you have 2 discussions in this class, in this semester. And one is on leadership qualities, and one is fate versus free will. I'm doing this very early in the morning, and I think I accidentally called this wrong at the beginning of just the video. So it's fate versus free will. Okay, I think that's it.